Oh, okay. Y'all, I'm sorry. I forgot to do the intro. But anyway, hey, it's your girl, Miss Trina, the little diva, and that lady over there. Hey, that lady over there.
Are we live?
Yes. I said I forgot to do the intro. I forgot to hit the intro before I hit go live.
I didn't see the 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey,
I'm
everybody.
sorry. This is live. This is
Girl, you saw
live.
me chewing. Why you go live in the middle of me taking a bite? Mm-mm-mm. I'm, you saw me chewing.
I didn't know we was live, and then I said, "Uh-oh, I forgot to hit the thing." That's when I said, "Oh, hey, this is."
Baby, that's how them bloopers occur.
That's how the bloopers occur.
And right, and they done call somebody a name or said something to somebody. You
Oh
live.
Lord
You
Jesus.
live.
We live, child. We live.
We live.
Let's see. Let me be live on this phone and turn it down because my relatives, for some reason, they don't ever know when I'm on a show and they be just calling. So let's do this. Find us live first. Y'all, we coming. I'm sorry. My bad. Do.
We
Public.
taking it at the weekend rate.
Yeah, we going to that's what we gonna do. Okay. Let me write this down so I can don't forget something to announce at the end.
Mm.
Okay. Invest. Okay. But we here.
Yes, we
And
are.
we gonna quickly talk about a topic, and then we're gonna get back to what we do regularly is pull some questions about love, relationships, all of that good stuff. So and then I want to Latricia and I were talking the other day, and we were saying that love unscripted can also be about work relationships, friendships, all of that. So just keep that in mind when we have some of our shows that um, we may talk about other relationships on Love Unscripted.
Mm-hmm.
But also today we're going to talk about something that's fresh in the news, is everywhere, and it is about not cancel culture, but what is consent culture. To where I even read an article in when I was taking this grad certificate, and it talked about how college men or college boys, men, whatever they want to be, they are literally having to give girls a what is it like a contract. You came in here on your own free will. You were prepared, like, to make sure it's okay, because the way things are now, and I'm not trying to victim blame, victim shame, none of those things, but I'm just saying they have to be so much more careful now. I'm kind of glad I don't have I have a stepson, but he's married, so he shouldn't be out there doing nothing. But otherwise, I'm glad I don't have one that's young and coming up in this culture now, because I would be scared to death of my kid. You know?
Right. Yeah, I do. To me, it all resorts back to discipline and
Mm-hmm.
controlling yourself. You
You
get what I'm saying? And if
controlling
everybody
your
would
bodies.
controlling your bodies, if you can control your body, then none of this stuff would even occur. Well, I won't say that, because if some of this comes from revenge,
I agree.
because we may have a relationship and then you go get in another relationship, and because I'm upset with you,
Mm-hmm.
I plot to destroy you.
Mm-hmm.
So
And the way things
um
are, it's not hard. It's
right,
not
so
hard.
you have to be very careful, and then you have to follow your intuition.
Mm-hmm. But what do you think about that? That young boys in college are doing this now. It's a thing to where.
Well, I mean, is that really a safety mechanism? Because the female or young lady can always go back and say, well, I was drunk when I signed that. So
Right. Well,
then,
and I didn't do so. The contracts are like that. Like, you're of a sound minded body, or I wasn't drunk, but whatever it is,
but
it's
yeah, you can still say I said it, but I just signed it. I still was not right. You know,
coherent.
coherent. I had smoke weed, smoke the joint or whatever before I signed
Mhm.
this. So yeah, I think I'm of sound mind.
That could
And
be
I
cool.
really thought I was sober, but obviously I wasn't to
Mhm.
do all of that. I would have never done that in my normal state.
Interesting. Well, anyway, the article didn't go that far.
I'm
But the
just
article
saying.
did talk about that.
So
That's what they're doing. And then I saw it's just a show right now on that I'm watching. It's 9 episodes called Forever. So cute. But what I noticed is when the young man and the young woman first were trying to be intimate, he asked her every step of the way, "You okay with this? You okay?
girl,
Is
that
this
just
all right?"
kills the
Then
mood.
what safety do they have?
That just doesn't that kill the mood?
Well,
Like,
I mean, just like now, things people do things in the bedroom, Latricia. Stuff that they talk about right now. People do that stuff, and it's nothing. Because what goes on behind closed doors, freaky, whatever, you know, it
and it's
happens. And
yeah,
now
and
all of a
there's
sudden, because you're embarrassed about it or whatever, then you come the next day and say, "Oh my God, what I did," and now I'm embarrassed. So I don't know what. How can somebody protect themselves on the either side?
I would say, my whole thing is stop forcing these relationships and stop getting in the bed with people for a one night stand.
But what if it's not a
Or
thing?
it
What if
or
it's a regular
the
thing?
first the first time you feel like this, if you because we already know whether or not this person is the right person. When you feel like this is not the right person, have the strength and the courage to leave that person alone.
Or because this is where I'm at. Because I've heard some things, not going too deep, personal, but I've heard some things that are happening. Right? Let's say that you are and y'all are trying new things, or that person asks you to try something new, and you're like, okay, cool. I'm in a relationship. I like this person. We're gonna do some things because we're a couple and we're doing things behind closed doors, whatever freaky, whatever they're doing. And then later, like you said, revenge, they decide that's not what I really want to do. How do you protect yourself? How does he protect himself at that time? Or her again? Did you see what I'm saying? If it's
Yeah,
use
I
a
mean,
toy, whatever it may be.
at that point, I guess you just have to go through the process, and you just no, and you just have to unravel what happened,
Yeah.
and then you let the jury
But what
decide.
can the person that's being blamed and being said that he sexually harassed me or he sexually assaulted me? I didn't. There was a story recently. I don't remember about something the same thing, and the woman said he did this, and that's not what I really wanted to do.
Then why you do it? Are you an adult? See, the thing is, at the end of the day, are you an adult?
Yeah.
And why are you not taking responsibility for your actions?
Yeah.
Why
Accountability
are
is
you,
another big
yes,
thing. Yeah.
why are you not taking responsibility for walking through the door? Why are you not taking responsibility? Did you pull down your clothes? Why are you not taking responsibility for taking off your clothes? Why are you not taking responsibility for laying in his bed? Because all of this stuff had to happen before y'all start doing all of that.
That is true. Somebody took off somebody and somebody didn't say no. I mean, they might have.
But if he didn't just snatch it off,
Right.
throw you on the floor, zip down his pants, hold your neck.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Right?
I just think it would be scary if I had a son or even an uncle or anything. I would be, and they were out here single in these streets. I would be so scared for them.
Yeah. So it's that type of stuff. If you take it step by step, action by action, doesn't that give you a different account? Don't you feel different about it now?
Mhm.
Did he snatch you out of your car, drag you into his apartment?
I agree with that. It's just the world is not agreeing with that. That you don't have
Well,
to do that
because they're not. I don't think they're looking at it
that way.
that way. Because at the end of the day, I mean, you are as a young lady, you already know. My mama used to be like, if you go into to some man's apartment at 2 o'clock in the morning and it's just you and him, what you think gonna happen?
And that was my thing. I still be like, because I'm just that person. First of all, I'm gonna ask you, like when somebody say come to the party, I'm like, what y'all having? Y'all gonna have some meatballs? But if I go to somebody's house, I don't know. Let's just go back to some other
I
things
still
that
don't
have
go to
happened in
me.
the past. When people said, like they talk about the director's couch or something like that. Like I would always say, girl, if somebody asks, if I'm trying to do an audition and you ask me to come to your hotel room at 10 o'clock, I'm gonna be asking, well, why we gotta come at 10? Well, who
Right.
else gonna be there?
Right.
I'll be asking. You'd probably say, never mind.
Right. I still
I'll
don't
be
go.
asking so many questions.
Right. It's me. I still don't go to people's house like that.
Yeah, it takes a minute for me to get there. And then when I'm there, I'm very T2 alum, my mentor, rest in peace. He he had called somebody to reach out to me back in the day, and he wanted to come have a meeting. He wanted me to come have a meeting with him at the Red Rooster, old Red Rooster. And nobody was there but me. And I guess he felt it because I was on. I was like, what we doing? Then he's like, come in my office. I'm like, So I could tell he felt it. You know what he said? He said, you're okay. Let me show you something. You see this beautiful woman right here? See this beautiful woman right here? He was showing me a picture of his wife. He said, I wouldn't risk doing anything to you. I wouldn't risk her to be doing something bad. Well, I don't remember the terminology he used, and I was like, oh, okay. Because he must have felt, because I ain't comfortable like that.
Right.
Until I really get to know you. And if I come to your house, it's going to be a while. And then when I come, I'm going to be watching. Like, it's no comfort right then, that first time. Because I'm like, I got to see what this finna be. So, right. And I have to get to know you before I just show up, too. So,
right.
Yeah. So, you're on the same page as I am. I think that for some reason, not our world, what word am I using? The society doesn't make everybody accountable or take accountability for that, both sides of the coin. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They only look at the man.
Right,
and
right.
I personally have, my kids would fight me tooth and nail. They do fight me tooth and nail when I say this, but the woman has to have some type of accountability too. Yeah. Unless, like you said, they raped you, they grabbed you, they kidnapped you, that's a whole different story.
You have legs just like the man has legs. You had on clothes just like they had on clothes. You get what I'm saying? You had a choice just like they had a choice. Unless they, like I said, dragged you, tied a belt around your neck, and pull you into his place, snatch your clothes off, or busted through your door, if that be the circumstance here. But otherwise, you have to be accountable.
You have to.
Now, yes, if somebody snatch you while you jogging, that's different.
And don't get me wrong, if you get there and you decide they always say no means no. You get there, you decide that ain't what you want to do, move on. But but going in there and going through the motions and being a participant in this,
right?
And then yelling crying wolf is a thing for me.
Yeah, and then there are some women that use no. They play with no.
Yes.
Oh no!
But that's why they say no.
Right. So does your no mean yes, or does your no mean no?
They say all no's mean no. But I get it, because sometimes prime example, someone told me one time, when somebody's flirting with you, you can don't do that, fool. Don't do that. Don't touch me. Or you can be like, why don't be doing that? And they would say that's what I do. They say you be just playing. You got to you got to say, leave me alone. Like when you out and about, people trying to, like at D-bar, somebody was touching on my hair. What are you touching on my hair? I do that now. I used to be scared. What are you touching on my hair for? But
well, yeah,
some girls be like, girl, boy, don't be touching my hair.
Yeah, that's person to person. Good morning. That looks like Peaches, right? Good morning, Peaches. I think that's person to person. Because I'm like this. If you want to touch me, then touch me. But I'm not going nowhere with you.
Yeah. But I mean, if they're being...
You know what I'm saying? Because, I had a 3-year-old baby. I was one time at a basketball game, and I had on shorts at the time. And that little boy, I'll never forget, came over and touched me on my leg. And his mom was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry." I was like, "No, ma'am, I will not reprimand him because he does not understand. I will not reprimand him for
Oh
touching me on my leg
yeah. Hmm.
because I don't want him to feel like it's you. That's not something you're supposed to do. If you that lets me know he a man. I mean, he has masculine energy. He's a male. You get what I'm saying? So because if you handle it the wrong way, in their minds they'll be like, "Oh, I can never do that," and they'll go to the other sex or whatever. At that young age,
Hmm.
you have to say it as in a certain way. So my thing is, if he want to, let him. Come on, what's wrong with him touching on my leg? What is a 3-year-old?
Yeah. However, on the flip side, when they grown as hell though,
Yeah,
like
that's
this
different.
person,
That's what I'm
that's
saying. You
yeah,
have to
yeah,
be able to
depend,
say
yeah,
it in the
decipher.
right way and
Hmm.
know when to say it in
Yeah,
an effort not to hinder or stunt their growth.
exactly. I get that. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And you just have to, yeah, and when no means no means no means no, but also the halfway knows. The no that you be like, nah, you saying no for real?
Baby, it's just this evolution of sex is the
Mhm.
problem.
But
And the there's a I don't there's a fine line in flirtation and if somebody flirting with you, why do we? I mean, I used
so
to go
how would
out.
you feel
So
if somebody
I
said,
I used to
girl,
go
you
out.
show what they
Hmm?
say, girl, you show wearing that dress? Would that offend you?
No, because
Me
I am.
either.
Because
Me
I am.
either.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know?
Yeah, you do need to mean what you say,
Yeah.
Peaches. I believe that. And if you don't, and first of all, see. The other thing is intention. We have to have the right intentions. That is the thing that hinders all of this. It's your intent. And who can truly determine the intentions of another person except that person?
Uh-huh.
You get what I'm saying? I may say that I have an idea of what your intentions are, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I know your true intentions.
Yeah.
So intentions can play a lot in this,
It definitely can. It definitely can.
in these relationships. Hmm.
I'm just scared. And again, my daughters don't like me to say this, but I'm really scared for our men, because I didn't let them go, but I had to move someone in the work world to another space because I didn't let him go because I don't think he meant any harm. But he said that to someone, like, you sure wearing it? Should you say it in the workplace? No. However, you really can't say it in the outside world no more because people feel like that's not something that you should say, or and I don't know. I was telling somebody the other day, I said, now look, let me tell y'all, you don't quit telling me I'm cute. You can continue to tell me I'm cute, but everybody else, you got to be careful because I don't mind y'all telling me I'm cute.
I'm like you because
Please still tell me, like, tell me,
you
you sure wearing that dress? Please tell
right,
me. So, as
right. So I'm
long
like
as you
you. So,
don't touch me,
right.
you didn't touch me. You just saw me and thought I looked nice and what I had on.
I'm
That's it.
I see. I don't care. You can you can touch my shoulder. You can touch my leg. You can touch my arm. I don't care. Just don't be touching my breast and my ass. You know. And we good. We good because at the end of the day, this is a body. But I'm like what Peaches says. I say what I mean.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
you can touch me on, but then sometimes I feel like you got the wrong intent and I'm
Right.
not feeling you, then don't
Yeah.
touch me on my leg.
Exactly. I agree. And that's what I guess I guess you're right. That's what I'm saying. That is like the person that was touching, it was too much. Like if somebody would just did that or something, but it was you felt the invasion of your space is what
Face.
I felt. Now I
Right,
would have went
right,
and told
right,
nobody, oh, he sexually harassed me. I would have done that. But I was
right.
like, hey, please don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay, so you just made a good point. Are
Mhm.
you going to go to somebody's apartment or house where you felt like they were invading your space?
I don't get what you're saying.
So you just said it's an invasion of space. If
Mm-hmm.
if we were out
Yeah.
and there was a guy that was truly invading your space,
Mm-hmm.
would you go to his apartment or house?
Oh no, 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 no. Because I already see what his
Exactly.
intention is. Yes.
Exactly.
Right.
Something drove you to that
Yes.
space.
Yes.
You were interested in what
And
he
whatever it had.
had to
Yes.
offer.
Right.
Unless he drug you there or took you without your permission. Am I right?
Or also the using those little, I don't know if they call them mollies anymore, but whatever the little drug, the date drug, people still doing
Right.
it around here.
What
But
I
with
found is
sound
too,
mind, no, hell no.
right. I found this out. Even if you're on drug, well, maybe
Mm-hmm.
not. I don't know about them other drugs like
Mm-hmm.
Molly's and all of that. But
Mm-hmm.
I do know if you're drinking liquor and you don't like somebody,
Mm-hmm.
then your dislike intensifies.
Really? Oh,
You're
that's
not,
interesting.
yes, because if I'm drinking and I don't like you, then that's where the fights start.
Hmm.
It's not that my drinking is not going to make me like you.
Right.
I am going to not like you even more.
Even more. That is interesting. That's very interesting. Hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
if I like you and I'm drinking, then I'm going to like you more.
Yeah. And you're
But
going
if,
to, now that I know for me, I will
well,
speak more. I talk a lot. I'm gonna have to work on that. But I talk a lot. But when I drink, I will probably say things, good thing, nothing negative, but I'll be more bolder to say certain things to someone. Like if we were out and I'm having my little chocolate martini, things I probably want to talk to you about, it'll probably come out. And
that's what I'm
I will,
saying.
yeah,
That's
you
what
have
I'm
more
saying. So
trust
if
in me.
I didn't like you, my
Yeah,
dislike is going to come out.
definitely. I can see that. That is really interesting. I never read or thought about that. So, so at the end of the day, I just, and I don't want to sound like I'm only just defending the men, but right now in this culture that we're living in, that's what's being, I'm not gonna use the word attack. That's what the thing is. People are it's hard to say that part for me. But
Yeah.
we just have to be protective of each other. And again, do it with intent, mean what you say. And men, really, to be honest with you, just no means no. And I use that phrase because men would say, well, she said no, but it didn't sound like she was saying no, and she kept going. Just go and take it as no.
Well, then,
Hey, I need you to leave. I need you to go ahead
right.
and leave now. But then they still might come back and say, now they mad because you put me out. I don't know.
Right.
It's a hard
Well, and so
thing.
what that says to the man is if you don't have good intentions for that woman, and I said it, if it's just a one night stand or whatever, stop. Stop.
Control your body.
Control your body.
And
Stop.
ladies, control yours because you
And
have
ladies,
control of yours as well.
control your
Don't be going to the
body.
same house on no first date anyway.
Right. Period.
Period. If somebody
Period.
say, "Hey, I got this job for you," you should not be going to a hotel room for the job.
That was ask them for the Zoom links.
That's it. That's it. What is your Zoom link? But I told you they'll send me away. They'll say, "Oh shit, never mind," because I'll be on that time. Well, who gonna be on? But why we coming? And what do you always do this? I've been asking so many damn questions. Yeah, you just said never mind, forget it, don't even come.
Girl, I don't even get approached like that. So I don't even know. So
Um, so what we normally do for those who have never watched Love Unscripted, we actually pull questions and ask the questions and we discuss the questions. And today we have some. I thought this was interesting. If your ex wrote a Yelp review about dating you, what would they say and what would you hope they would say? I
oh
like that one.
well they was for me, they would say that I'm a one man's woman, that I did nurture and take care of them.
Okay.
But when I got tired,
Mm-hmm. Oh, you rolling out.
yeah, that's it. It's over.
So what is something that you would get tired of? What would cause you to roll out?
I get tired of lies. I get tired of um I can pretty much take care of myself. So I get tired of inconsistencies and lies
Yeah.
and or betrayal. That's just pretty much it. So when it gets to the point where I don't like you, I really don't like you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
But
I've
it don't be
tried,
no it
tried,
don't be no real reason. I mean, the lies, I guess. What about if
whatever it
you're
is. I mean, whatever situation we're dealing with at that time, if you can't tell me the truth about it, then what
right,
are we doing?
right, right. Hey, Tony, Tanisha.
Oh, I can't see the chat. Can I see the chat?
Yeah, just I have it on the
I,
screen now.
it was on the screen, and then when my phone fell, it went away. Let me see. Okay, I see it. Hey, Tanisha. So you understand? So it's like I think it's this deception. Stop. Be a man.
Okay. So
Be
I guess
be.
for me,
Mhm.
the Yelp, if they were one of them, any of them wrote a Yelp about me, they would say I talk a lot. Beware, she talks a lot. But somebody did tell me one time that you talk a lot, but you be talking about something. You know, some people talk
Right.
about something. They don't be I usually am talking about something. And then that I'm cool. I'm real
Right.
cool, laid back. I ain't cooking. Well, lately I've been cooking, but I wasn't cooking. But and I'm thoughtful, very thoughtful. I like if I hear things that you like, I like to get those things, not expensive stuff, but those that you really like if you're really, I don't know, you like Dr. Pepper, I'm gonna make sure I get you a Dr. Pepper so over so
Right.
often,
Right.
or those kind of things, like small eating. I know you like the Rockets, I'm gonna do things like that. And what would you hope they would say? I would just hope they would say that they enjoyed the time that we had and I was really cool. And I wish they would say, and I hate it didn't work out. I would hope they would say something like that, maybe. Some people but I'm still friends with anybody I've ever had a relationship with, except one crazy one. But everybody
Yeah.
else I'm still friends with. And that
Yeah.
actually means, to me, I think it says a lot about, that's just my opinion. It says a lot about me that I'm able to be friends with everybody, because that meant we really were cool friends and we're all still friends.
Right. Yeah. I'm friends with all of my. I'm
Yeah.
friends with people from elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
I only have one person,
Mm-hmm.
just one, that we're not friends. And that's just because you can't forgive yourself and you want to push that off on me. It ain't got nothing to do with me, I promise you. Your anger doesn't have anything to do with me. That's you. And you
What you
have
said the other day, let's
huh?
find another emotion.
Huh?
Remember the other day you said, let's find another emotion.
Yes. Find another emotion. Forgive yourself, love yourself, and forget about me or projecting onto me.
On what's on your stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't project that on me. That don't have nothing to do with me. That's your emotion. And
Tanisha,
find another emotion
emotion besides
beside a
being mad.
mad. Maybe sad, unhappy. You get what I'm
Disappointed.
saying? Disappointed. Yeah. But
Mhm.
do we always have to be mad? Come on now. Why?
Yeah. Yeah. Tony was saying I'm friends with all my exes, and Peaches says maturity. Yes, maturity.
Exactly. You
Sure.
have to be mature. You
Yeah,
have to be
I
mature.
I, I agree, because I can it might break my whole entire heart, but I still, after a few weeks, still want to be like, yeah, let's be
Hmm.
friends. We cool. We had, because you spend a lot of time with this person, so there's something
Right.
about the person you like. Y'all had a good time. I think you should still be able to, after the hurt or whatever wears off, whatever brought. And then sometimes you don't break up in a bad way.
Right.
My ex, the husband, we the best, we are the best friends, and we pretty much grew up together. Like, we got together when we was like 19. So for us, we know that we changed as we matured. We are looking for different things. We're just different people. You know, we still cool. We have our family chat, you know, still with the girls, and we just have a good time. But we know that we're different people than we were at 19 years old, you know?
Right. I got it. Well, I will say this
Mm-hmm.
too. Um, honestly, you know, whatever relationships we had, they
Mm-hmm.
were for a season or for a lesson. And once you learn that lesson or once that season is over, get over it. The key thing is to get over yourself.
Yeah.
You know, get and just move on. If that is not one of the relationships you can feel yourself
Mm-hmm.
um
And it was good while I
in
was
for a
there.
lifetime, huh?
I was finna say it was good while I was there, but then I said, and maybe not. So,
But and sometimes the knots are what make you grow.
yeah, yeah.
Because you'll be like, "Oh, I'll never act like that again. I'll never do that
Peaches
again.
said, Peaches said,
I'll never accept that again." Huh?
Peaches said, I've been married so long, I forgot all my exes' names.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah. Look, Peaches, me too.
I even got their name.
Me too, Peaches. Because
So here we go. Do you believe people fall in love with potential or who a person actually is? Have you ever gotten stuck in the potential trap?
I've gotten stuck in the potential trap.
Yeah.
But people marry, depending on the person, they
Mm-hmm.
marry you for who you are. And then there
Mm-hmm.
are some people that marry for the potential. So what we have to shift from is marrying for the potential. You have to know the essence of the person that you're dealing with, whether
Yeah.
or not they're a hard worker or you marry them because they can become a hard worker. Because they may or may not ever become a hard worker because that may have been some potential that you projected onto them.
And I've seen that. Like, yes. I've
He
seen a
had,
friend that
yeah,
married somebody and she helped him buy these trucks and she helped him do all this stuff, right? And she had good intention in her mind, but did that man really want that?
did he ask her for that stuff? Or did
Yeah,
she
that's
just
the
go out
thing.
and buy it?
Right. And then she got upset because she felt he wasn't moving fast enough. He need to be doing this. He a man. He should be doing this. And I was like, yeah, but he might not have wanted this in the first. Of course, I didn't tell her that. Sometimes I may have said something at first, but then when you realize this is who they are, this is what they think, you just back off and be like, oh, okay. But in my mind, I was like, she's not the he. This is she's not making him feel any masculinity, if that makes sense.
Right,
I
right,
think the
right,
masculinity was totally gone, and that's why it just didn't work out because he probably rolled with it first. Because it's cool to have a woman helping you get somewhere and start a business and do this and do that. But after a while, you're like, can you quit giving me orders?
right.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
Can you
I will
stop?
say, true story. I've met people, I think at 60, you need to have something going on, not just
Yeah.
potential. I can't,
Yeah.
I can't.
Well,
You
yeah,
could
you
be
can.
really, really nice. You could really like me, but you should have already acted on the potential. That it should be you
Yeah.
doing something at this
Right.
age.
Yeah, you should be we should be beyond potential. That's some 20-year-old stuff. And
Yeah.
then even at 20, it's all you can pretty much when a child is born, you can see who they are pretty much. If
Mm-hmm.
you pay attention, you'll know if that child is a sleepy child, if it's a crybaby, which
Yeah.
means they're gonna grow up whining or talking, and you
Mm-hmm.
get what I'm saying, or if it's just a chill baby, you already know they just gonna be. You'll be able to sit them down somewhere, and they just be
I don't know,
chill.
because my little great nephew, he was a chill ass baby, and now you can't. Ooh, that little thing there, he is all over the place.
But
I'm
is he
scared.
two?
He's boy. Is he 2 yet? No, he'll be 2 next year.
So
No.
I guarantee you he'll probably go back to
Ooh, I'm like,
that
what
chill.
happened? But
Because when I look at my daughters, they are those same babies. They have that
really,
same energy. It's the
uh-huh.
energy
Yeah. And you're
because
right, because my youngest is still introverted. She's really now she'll come out when she wants to, but she's real chill, introvert. And the other one is just kind of like me. she's more she's more outspoken than I am though about, and
Mhm.
she's stands on what she says more than I do. I'm not gonna say some stuff and she
Mhm.
just gonna say it. But so I have gotten a little bit stuck in there, but not often, because especially at I've always been attracted to success. After when I got in my 30s, I really am attracted to successful men, powerful men, men who own stuff. So potential, I don't, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a
Yeah.
good thing or not. That I don't, yeah. I just think at 55, 60 years old, we shouldn't be going on potential no more.
Yeah.
Now
We
it's
should.
different. You know, they have like a job, they're really doing things, but they're doing other things. Let's just say Peaches just mentioned her husband works so hard she can't give him so down. Now her husband have a real job. He knows how to, he supports his family, but there's some potential he has in the music industry, and he's setting that. Now that's different. You know what I mean? That you have another uh goal of something else you're starting. That's totally different. I feel that because you already settled, you got what you're doing to support your family. Now you're what you love to do on the outside of work. Now you're doing that too. I think that's cool. But just a
And
man hanging out here still trying to be a rapper. So I see that on divorce court all the time. I be like, why are you out? And then don't have no, don't ain't working. He quit his job. They be quitting their jobs because they're gonna be a rapper and they 45, 50.
right. And then I think it's two types of potential.
Uh-huh.
It's that work ethic potential. Well, he has the potential to be a good worker, or or when you look at it, he has the potential to be a great man.
Yeah, yeah.
So you get what I'm, so to me
Mhm,
that's two different things,
mhm. I
because
guess the third
you
thing would go ahead, I'm sorry.
the great man is, he may not build, I mean, he may not have a whole dynasty, but
Right.
his greatness comes from how he loves, how he gives, how he protects.
Oh yeah,
You
I
get
got
what I'm
that.
saying?
Yes.
You understand what I'm
I
saying?
agree. I
How
agree.
he takes care of his family,
I
rather
agree.
than a potential for, oh, he has the potential to make a bunch of money. That's
Yes,
different.
yes, yes, yes. I even when you said that too, if you look at it a different way, I probably look at one. I was looking at it one sided, but yes, the potential, because you're looking for potential when you're starting a relationship. Does this
Right.
relationship or this man have the potential to become a great partner for life? Yeah, I agree. Okay, so yeah, looking at it that way, definitely.
Right.
Okay, so that was that. We got one more. Let's see which one is the best one. Okay, I got one. If your partner's family did not like you, would that be a deal breaker, or could love conquer all?
Girl, I am not worried about them people.
I knew you was finna say that.
If I mean, if me and Joe are together, then me and Joe are together. Now, if you're a mama's boy, then it might kind of interfere, because you're gonna want to spend a whole bunch of time with your mama. But if we have a relationship, we have a family, then our children can definitely go over there with you and your mama when they all go, or you and your sister, or you and them other people.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to let other people determine our relationship,
Yeah.
because our relationship is our relationship. Now, again, I'm not going to insert myself into
The family dynamic.
the family dynamics if I'm not wanted, because I'm not gonna go over to your mom's house on Christmas and
She don't like me.
she don't like me. Like, why would I do that to myself?
I agree. I agree.
You can take your kids and go over there, and I'm going where I go.
Hey, get your hookah.
And when the clock strike, clock or whatever, whatever time it is, then
I
we'll
see.
be back home together.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that. I personally want, and that's just my personality. I would want, like my friend now, he has a him and his sister have a very, 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 very close relationship. I would want, I really would want her to like me. actually, yeah, I would want her to like me or not like me. I would want her to respect me and respect his decision that I'm the person that he chose to be with and
Mm-hmm.
respect me in that way. I would like to be a part of, the family stuff, like they have events. I would like to be invited over, but no, I've already been there, done that. I'm never, ever, 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 ever gonna be put myself in a position to where I'm uncomfortable. If I go somewhere and your family, I dealt with that for 30, almost 30 years, still dealing with it, sort of. To where the family doesn't like you. That is a hard thing. But I had to learn as I got a little bit older, you know what? Just what you just said. You can go. I'll drive my car if I go. So when it's time for me to roll out, they say something rude or mean to me, I can toot, or I just won't go. I'll catch you the next time. I'll
Right.
catch y'all the next time.
Period.
Yeah. And they were, let me just say this. I didn't always let my kids go until they were able to drive or whatever. Or I took my kids, and when it was time for me to roll out, they rolled out with me. I'll say that. But so it is important for me now that there's a mutual respect and hopefully a liking of the person's family. Because I think especially for me, and it's hard, I think, for um to be feeling like mom is the person that I love so much, and my girl is the person I love so much. I want them to have something to where I don't have a tug of war. And I think
Right.
that's what happened in my past. There was this almost this tug of war thing, and
Yeah,
that's
and there's a tug of war because you really wanted the acceptance.
no, it wasn't a tug of war with me. It was a tug of war with him.
Oh, got you,
Yeah,
got you.
he felt. I mean, it was hard for him. He still apologizes to this day because it was hard to, it was very obvious she didn't like me. Like she said horrible things to me.
Right.
And
Right.
but anyways,
And that's why.
I would never
Mhm.
tolerate that again. And yes, I would definitely want a mutual respect. And I do believe in family. I really, really do. So I would want to be able to be comfortable to go to trips with the, how families go on trips or whatever it is they do. And then I would say you this, I'll tell you this real quick because it's just funny. It's funny, but it's crazy. Every year when the birthday come around, they would almost compete with me on who was gonna get a birthday party.
Hmm.
They would plan a birthday party and not tell me. And it became,
That's
as I grew up, though, as I grew older, it was like, because back then it just hurt my feelings. But as it I grew older, it was like, this is so silly. This is really silly. And so I started saying, well, I just won't plan it. I'll just show up at whatever y'all giving each y'all food.
yeah. And say
I'll just
thank
show
you,
up.
thank you. I
And
ain't
that's
have
what
to
I had
do
to start
nothing.
doing. Yeah. Like they would
Hmm.
come literally every single year. I even tried one year and said, let me contact them so we can do it together so it won't be a competition because it did put him in a bad spot. So I tried that. Do you know they still didn't do it? They still gave an event for him
Yeah.
where it was I wasn't involved. Like,
They're
wow,
not. They're not gonna do it.
that was way too much. But anyway, so no, so now going in, how people have all these checklists. I don't have a checklist. I just have a never again list, if that makes sense. I ain't doing this. I ain't tolerating this. I'm not doing that. So as far as family, yes, I really would like to be not accepted per se, because I'm an amazing person. So I
Hmm.
accept me, and you'll be lucky to have me to be a part of your family, if that makes sense.
Right. Right.
So yeah. So
Hmm.
that was that I think that's now that I'm older, when you're young, I think you care more about being a part. Is it possible to love two people?
And then I think some young people don't care either. They don't, I mean, it depends on the person, and how they feel about acceptance. Because
Yeah.
there are some young people who don't care. Be like, whatever.
I,
Just like there's some young people that feel like um they can have all these threesomes and all of that. They don't care. Oh, you got another girlfriend? Bring her over. That kind of stuff. So
divorce court. That's
honestly,
always on divorce
yes,
court.
it's a person. I think it's an individual thing.
Yeah.
Depends.
I lost you. Can you hear me? Oh, there we go. No. Now we lost your face.
Yeah, because there was a call coming in and I couldn't stop it. I couldn't even send them the voicemail.
Oh. That's Bush asking me about. She finna check on the tickets for Miami. And she's asking me, am I okay with flying? You know, I ain't okay with flying nobody.
I
But
think they only like $200. I
really,
looked at them yesterday. They were like, it was.
and you
I
know what?
looked
They
at
put
them.
up the stuff for vacation yesterday too. I need to go back and look at it. Since
It
I'm
was
checking in on the
a
trip to
hundred and
Miami, I want to purchase my tickets before prices increase.
it was 100. Yeah, it's. I think they're 100
As
and
a
yeah, 114. So there were
Oh, that's not bad.
228. Yeah, yeah. I
So
got
that's
my.
a Thursday, Friday, and a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Y'all need to come on Wednesday because the session is on third. The first session is on Thursday,
Yeah, I
and
may
then
not be able to make
Friday.
that one because I may not be able to make that one because they just put out this new thing because we're doing at 4 and 40. And I don't think I'll have enough time to do a 10
You
hour.
won't have to take Friday off. You would have. You can go after work on Wednesday.
I have Mondays. I don't have Fridays. Now I can go. Hello, where are you at?
No, I'm listening.
Yeah, let
Huh?
me look. Let me. I'm gonna tell her. I'm gonna go back and look at the. They sent this thing to where everybody's showing where they're off at, and everybody can. Certain amount of people can't be at the same time now.
Oh,
I miss Lone Star College so much. I didn't. I didn't take off when I wanted to.
that is so funny.
Ooh, I
So,
miss
I
that.
mean, everything is changing.
It's
You know,
changing, though. It is.
yeah. So you
But you
just
know,
need
the thing about it is, if I was remote, I could make that
to.
work.
Mhm. Well, HISD, we haven't been remote since COVID.
But I mean, I'm saying if I was at another thing, but our job, the job we do as dyad coordinators, our job really, really could be hybrid. It like those Fridays that we're sitting there at that office all day in a room with 21 of us in one room, we could be at home doing what we're doing. We're just doing payroll, we're doing budget. That's really all we're doing. We could come there for our meetings and stuff, but then let us go home and work for the rest of the day.
Mhm.
Like, but anyway, so thank y'all. So I want to give some last so this is what we do. We come on, we might have a topic, we may not, but then we pull questions and we say the topics or the questions and then we discuss them. And if you ever want to have a discussion, you can always let us know. You can always come on with us, or you can send us your questions. You can put the questions in the chat. So it's a
Right.
lot I think it's a lot of fun. Sometimes we get a little deeper than we got today. But I did like our questions today. I really did.
We got. Oh God, this girl! I'm gonna have to give me another set. It
But
keeps
I do want to
falling apart.
mention, huh?
I
I want
said
to
this
mention
thing
that
keeps.
today at
I think we had a good discussion
oh
today. It
yeah,
was kind of deep.
yeah, I definitely do. I definitely do.
Okay.
I definitely think the questions were really good. I also like talking about the consent thing. That is such a big dive. You know, it's such a big that's a big topic to take on. I would like to have some men to talk about that. We still ain't found us no men to come on here, but
We'll
that's a
find
good
the
topic
men.
for some
They'll
men to
come.
talk.
They'll come. They'll come. They are coming.
I know they coming. So I just want to mention that today at 1 o'clock, at 1 o'clock p.m. and I'm gonna be on time. I'll be there 12:45. But anyway, I'm gonna be on the Not So Christian and Me show on KYOK 106.5 FM radio, being interviewed by Southern Girl Denise. I'm gonna be on there to talk about the upcoming So You Want to Dance R&B extravaganza that's gonna be on June the 14th. Gotta sell some more tickets. Y'all want to be a sponsor? I need some sponsors. I've actually had some amazing things happen over the last few weeks. People making donations, people coming down on their prices. That has been a blessing because sometimes you have to think about that when you know someone's starting out doing something new. You know what I mean?
Right.
Uh,
Did you put the flyer on Joshua Grand Lodge like we asked? Like we
I did
talked
not.
about?
I am. I just want to make
But
sure.
it had the time and the place. Remember, that was one of the things.
You still talking about that cruise flyer? That don't have time to place. It has time to place on the festival one. The cruise one didn't
I
have time.
thought it just had a picture of you. One of them had a picture of
Uh-uh.
you.
This one had a picture of me, but it had time to place. She just put it all on the. Oh, that was when we had two sides. We have just one side now. I'll put that out there.
Okay, yeah.
I need to get my sister to go in there and make the title bigger.
Right.
Anyway, so y'all tune in. It's gonna be on Facebook Live. So that's gonna be cool. Yeah. So 1 o'clock today, and then last but not least, I am having the not last night because Miss that lady over there may have something, but for me, the as we are honoring or celebrating Black Music Month in June, Juneteenth month in June. And so you want to dance day in June? No, I hadn't really mentioned that. But we're also going to honor Mr. T2 alum by giving away a scholarship in his name. I'd love for y'all to come to the festival. The tickets are only $45, and there are 6 live performances. Doors open at 1:30. Show starts at 2. Doesn't end until about 10. But you don't have to stay the whole. I don't want you to stay the whole time. But you can come in about 3, 4, 5. You know, whatever you do your thing during the day. Come out after that. You don't have to worry about no lawn chairs, no blankets, no. You can just come because there's gonna be tables. It is BYOB. Most festivals are not BYOB. This one is gonna be BYOB. $45. We do have reserved tables of 4 and 10, and those if you get a table, it's only $40 per person. So keep that in mind. We're also celebrating my mama's birthday. Her birthday is June. She's a Gemini, June 11th. So we're also celebrating. It's just gonna be a day of celebration. We have lots of vendors. We hope to get some more vendor trucks. And it's BYOB, but do not bring your own Coke, Sprite, and orange juice and pineapple juice. That's for us to sell to you.
Setups.
No ice. Your setups. Don't bring any of those things. So, but I'm excited. Y'all have any questions about it? I will be here to available today, because after today I will be rolling out on my 6-day cruise that I didn't know was 6 days when I signed up for it. My 6-day cruise, I'm actually getting pretty anxious about it. I've never been, believe it or not, I've never been on any trip without somebody in my family going, believe it or not. And it's okay for a few days. Well, I mean, I've been on a trip, but not a long trip, 6 days. I've been on weekend trips and stuff. So it's a little different. And my roommate is somebody I don't know, but I've met her over the phone. So it's definitely an adventure for me. So I'm getting a little anxious about it, but it's gonna be fine. I'll be fine. Right?
Yes, you will be fine. And you are going to have a great time. And this is always, although you haven't, this is a great experience.
It will be a great experience. It will be a great experience. It will. And I know I'll have a good time. I'm just thinking about the length of how many days. I'm like 6 days without any of my family.
But you got different ports. How many ports?
And that's a good thing. We'll be off every day. So we got 3. So we'll be off.
Yeah, that's great. So that'll be good. That's good.
We're going to zip line in Belize. I zip line.
And see, I want to go to Belize. When you said Belize, I was like, I want to go. But that ship was sold out.
Oh, I know. But that won't work. I think this year we did a cruise. We usually do our cruises on the weekend. I think I'm considering one eventually that's going to be a week, so we can go to several different ports like this one. This is the Cupid cruise. So Carnival found out Cupid was on a cruise one year and approached them, and that's how they collaborated and became the Cupid cruise. So I'm excited. But yeah, I'm gonna be fine. You hear I'm talking? I'm getting nervous.
You'll be fine.
I haven't packed a thing yet. That just shows you that, yeah, I'm a little scared. But anyway, it's going to be fine. I'm going to have a good time. I told them this is the first trip I've taken since my dad passed that I didn't have to work. Because I had to work my cruise right after he passed. But I said, if y'all see me dancing on the tabletop, just having a good time, don't say nothing. Keep on walking. But what we said yesterday, join in, or what did we say?
Girl, I just be saying stuff.
Join in with me then. Join in.
Or
stop me.
Or yeah.
Mm-hmm. But okay, guys, you have anything, Latricia, that's coming up?
I'm good. I'm trying to get out of here, so I'm just listening to you so we can shut this down.
You gonna push the button?
Oh, where's the button?
No, I ain't talking about the button. I'm talking about the button the way you might be going.
I'm trying to get off the phone, and I got to check the prices again.
Bye, y'all. Thank y'all.
Love you.
And these are pop-ups, so we don't know the date of the next one.
Right. Have a great time. Have a great time. Bye. See you later. Bring me a souvenir from Belize, because I'm going to Belize.
I gave up on buying souvenirs, but I might bring you something back.
Keychain, shot glass, something, please.
I got you.
Okay.
See you later. Love you.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
I can't turn it off.